Morning, neighbors of Melrose. I hope everyone is doing well and staying warm. I'm in my chilly garage, but I've got my favorite Costco flannel on. So since the last video that I did about the budget, we had some elections and we passed an override. And during the campaign, a number of people asked me, what does the city councilor actually do? So I've been doing some homework and learning about how the city works and also boards, commissions, and committees. And I wanted to share my notes with you.
Government starts with the people. In Melrose, that's 29,812 of us who live in 4 square miles. The first job of a city councilor is to represent you. We're divided into 7 wards, each with 2 precincts. Each ward has about 4,200 people and elects 1 ward councilor. Ward councilors are your first point of contact for ward-specific issues like potholes, development, and traffic. All eligible voters also elect 4 city councilors-at-large, like me, who represent the interests of all Melrose and focus on citywide issues, but can also support constituents with ward issues. The 11-person city council is elected every 2 years. Each year, the city council elects its own president, who is the main point of contact with the city and also organizes the work and the meetings of the city council. For the city council, you need 6 people for a quorum, and 8 out of 11 must vote to pass ordinances or city laws, resolutions, budgets, or approve appointments to key city positions, boards, and commissions. More on that later. We also elect a 6-person school committee who oversees our school system that accounts for half of our total city budget when you add in their draw on all city departments. School committee's members serve for 4-year terms, and 3 are elected every 2 years. The mayor also sits on the school committee. On the city side, we have the mayor elected for a 4-year term, and the next election is in 2027. The mayor oversees all city departments. The big ones, both in headcount and funding, are public works, police, fire, and the schools, which we'll look at in a bit. The mayor has a small staff to support all departments, including communications, HR, IT, and legal. A number of other departments provide critical services to take care of different groups in our city and handle routine business. These include the library, the health department, the city clerk, which handles all vital record keeping like birth and death certificates, minutes and actions from meetings, claims and licenses, and election administration. We also have the planning department and the auditor, finance, and accounting department. We also have the school department, whose spend and policies are primarily managed by our elected school committee and the mayor. On the city side, we have a few smaller departments which are key to managing our city's revenue and spending. The assessor's office manages property and excise taxes, as well as exemptions. The treasurer and collector's office collects these taxes, parking ticket fees, water and sewer bills, and also manages payments and payroll. The inspection services department ensures that buildings and construction meet the latest code, businesses comply with health regulation, consumers are protected, and that we're meeting safety and energy codes. It's mandated by Massachusetts law to have an inspection department to uphold Massachusetts codes. The Council on Aging manages a number of services and programs for our 4,700 senior citizens, including the Milano Center. Our Veteran Service Officer helps our 632 veterans access care and benefits at the state and federal VA level. Let's look at headcount on our city payroll. As you might expect, our bigger operational departments, DPW, police, and fire, have the largest headcount, each about 50 full-time employees. The library has a dozen full-time staff and a dozen part-time staff. The health department includes school nurses. Our smaller departments have generally 3 to 5 paid staff and administrators. This here in blue are what we call the city staff, and it's about 240 full-time employees. Note that our DPW staff, firemen, policemen, and teachers are part of unions, which the city negotiates collective bargaining agreements with. Note that this is as of November 2025, before we add back the extra headcount from the override that we just passed. The city also has a couple dozen commissions, boards, and committees to help make and carry out policy. These are staffed by hundreds of volunteer citizens like you and me. I, for example, have been on the Public Safety Buildings Committee for the past 4 years, and have gotten to know police, fire, DPW, and planning pretty well. These boards and commissions are generally aligned under major departments. Boards and commissions typically meet once a month, but some meet more frequently to address complex issues. These boards have a small administrative budget, but their decisions often impact how the city spends large amounts of money and grows in the long term. The Retirement Board, for example, manages $7.6 million in pensions and benefits for 1,100 city retirees. The Zoning Board of Appeals grants building variances and guides the commercial and housing development for the city. While these are volunteers meeting after dinner, they bring substantial expertise. For example, on this zoning board, we have 2 civil engineers, 2 architects, 2 real estate and land lawyers, an urban planner, and a bunch of advanced degrees from MIT. People usually serve on boards and committees for several terms and develop a deep understanding of the city's needs and the state laws that they have to work within. They're Melrose residents who bring their expertise from their day jobs to make our city better. If you make an informed and eloquent public comment on an issue or engage with your city councilor, city departments, or the mayor's office, you may be asked to serve on a board or commission. It's a rewarding way to serve the city and your neighbors on the issues you care about at a low to moderate commitment. Please check out the list of upcoming board vacancies on the city website. The City Council also approves the mayor's appointments to lead major city departments, as well as appointments to boards, commissions, and committees. The City Council also sets up standing committees with 5 councilors each to oversee and partner with departments and their relevant commissions, and boards. Given my operations background, I'd like to take on public works, police and fire and licensing, as well as finance and elections. Let's quickly cover the school side. The school committee and mayor hire a superintendent who has an administrative support staff, as well as system-wide staff like music teachers who aren't assigned to specific schools. The high school and middle school each have about 85 teachers and full-time equivalent staff and a dozen special ed teachers. Our 5 elementary schools have 140 teachers and 40 paraprofessionals. Franklin has another 30 teachers and 37 paraprofessionals. And that's a total of about 340 teachers, 100 special ed teachers and paraprofessionals for a total staff of 470. So in green, we have the legislative branch. In blue and red, we have the executive branch, including boards and committees staffed by volunteer citizens. You might be wondering where the third branch of government is, the judicial branch. If you run into the law or need the court system, the Malden District Court is most likely your first stop.
Thanks for watching this video. Elected leaders should always be explaining what we're thinking, what we're doing, and most importantly, how we're voting. So I'm going to start a Substack, which will have all of these videos as well as some notes as the term goes on. So I encourage you to subscribe, and I wish you well.